Hi everyone, it's Giselle here with a message about separation. I felt pushed to do this message because of not just other people that I've spoken to, but also my twin spirit urging me to really look at this subject and delve into it. And yes, it brings up hurts for people and even for me at times when I think about it. Today I'm actually feeling quite at peace with it, because the more I look into it and the less I kind of look at it from a physical perspective, but more of a spiritual growth perspective, I can completely understand why it was necessary. And yes, I understand that the separation phase and everything that's involved with it gets people's back up. And I can completely see why. I mean, I even went through the same. But as time goes on and the more secure you become in your connection and that your spirits are always together, you don't have this sense of separation anymore. I mean, the majority of the time, let's say, because yeah, it's understandable during certain periods such as Christmas or special occasions, you do notice it because yeah, they're not physically with you, but the majority of the time I'm at peace with it because I can feel their spirit all around me all the time, and we always connect, even in my dreams. They're just becoming more and more lately. So I just wanted to talk about how separation was needed. Especially in my journey, I can see it now because I'm quite an impulsive person, quite intense as well. So if I want to do something, I get stuck in and I basically get really, well, I suppose you could say obsessed with it, really. My twin and I were forced apart. It wasn't either of our... Well, it was his choice, but not because of our situation. It was just something he had planned before we'd met. It was a career move, and I had nothing to say because, you know, we'd only just met. And of course, I didn't want to crush his dreams, and it was only natural to allow him to do it. He moved thousands of miles away, only temporarily. But it was something that was needed, because had we had the opportunity to be together in a proper, committed, long-term relationship from the start, there was no way I would have had this life now. I mean, I would have focused on him. I would have wanted to make him happy. And I would have been too bothered by the everyday, because, yeah, it's a journey, learning and growing together, and communication, even when we were seeing each other, wasn't the best. So it was something that I needed to disconnect from physically so that I would stop overanalyzing. I would analyze everything he said to me, every message he sent. Oh, what does it mean when he sends me 2 kisses? What does it mean when he does this? You know, I would just overanalyze, and I had to learn to relax, to trust my heart, and to know that something is fated and something is meant to be. You don't need to overanalyze it. You don't need to obsess over it. You don't need to constantly check in. There's no need for any of that, because you just need to count on the security that's in your heart. Follow that inner knowing, that quiet, peaceful place of inner knowing, and you will not need to be driving yourself crazy. So separation was needed for me to develop my spiritual businesses, for me to create the life of my dreams, because when we had met, I only made slight improvements to my career and, you know, situation. I wasn't living the life of my dreams. I didn't think that the life of my dreams was even within reach. I had a vision, well, more of an idea of what I wanted it to be, but it didn't look anything like this. I mean, this is a stuff of fantasy. I never would have imagined I would be doing this, but you see, everyone goes through some sort of separation, whether you're physically together but just can't see correctly what's going on. You're constantly bumping heads or arguing and things of that nature, you know? You don't have to be physically apart to not be fully connected and in union. I mean, you can be together and constantly arguing, constantly not talking as well, which is also a sense of separation. But excuse me, physical separation for me was actually needed for me to really disconnect and focus on myself. And I can see now why it happened, why it had to happen the way it did. And I'm not resentful, I'm not angry. I just wish that I was more relaxed from the beginning. Because when you know in your heart that things are meant to be, that things are 100%, that things are set in stone, that's written in the stars, it's fated, there's nothing that could ever throw you off. And yes, your human emotions may pop in every now and again saying, oh, well, it's your birthday, don't you wish you could spend it with... Of course I do. But I'll get to spend years and years with my beloved, and there is no need to hurry things. And if I need this time out, and if he needs this time out, so that we can build the world of our dreams, and then we could bring it together to just have the ultimate life, then that's fine with me. And yes, I do realize this message is probably going to rub people the wrong way, you know, ruffle some feathers, but that's fine, because you need contrast to realize certain things. And I also hope that it doesn't just do that, you know. I want to encourage people, I want to empower people, I want you to feel in control, powerful and amazing, because you deserve to feel that way, and I really hope that this comes across. So if you are currently going through this separation phase, my heart goes out to you, I feel for you, I hope and pray that it doesn't feel so intense, and that you continue on this path and don't feel like quitting, because it'll be worth it. Your true love will never, ever be taken away from you. What is meant to be will never pass you by. And separation was needed for me, and I'm sure it is for other people, because it's to get rid of that anger, anxiety, that constant, I miss him, I can't believe. If you are still within that stage of bitterness and regret and resentment and anger, you want to check in with, you know, your heart and really try and understand, because not to scare you or make you think otherwise. If it is your true love, you know this anyway, you know this 100% anyway. But if you constantly feel this feeling of lack, this feeling of anger, resentment, hopelessness, desperation, I felt that from my false twin, and there was a huge difference, because being in separation from your false twin will bring about those overwhelmingly negative emotions, and you feel like you've lost the battle, basically. But for your true love, you're not going to get that. You are going to get, okay, fair enough, I miss them on the physical, it's only human, it's only natural to feel this way. But you have this secure, deep inner knowing. Even though you may cry tears, you don't cry tears out of desperation, anger, and hurt. You cry them out of deep appreciation, love, and compassion. There is a huge difference. And I'm hoping that these sessions clarify this. And if you'd like to come to me for help, I am a reader, medium. I can channel the feelings, emotions, and what your beloved would like to tell you if they were face to face to you, what their soul wants to tell you, but also what they're physically feeling right now at this moment. Yeah, all my details are in the description if you are interested, and I do hope that this message has helped you. Namaste.